This is Trace of Fear. Tonight, we travel back to 1957 to a wooded patch of Philadelphia, where the body of a little boy was found inside a cardboard box. No name, no identity, no justice. For decades, he was simply known as the boy in the box. A nameless child, a faceless victim. A case that haunted America until something incredible happened. It was cold that February afternoon, February 25, 1957. A college student walking through the brush in the Fox Chase neighborhood of Philadelphia was checking animal traps. He wasn't supposed to be there, the area was off limits, but curiosity got the better of him. And then he saw it. A large cardboard box. Torn, dirty, weathered by the elements. Inside the box was the naked body of a small boy. He'd been wrapped in a flannel blanket. His arms folded across his chest. His hair had been crudely chopped. His skin was pale and clean, recently washed, as if someone had tried to erase the evidence. He looked about 4 to 6 years old, but no one knew who he was. There were no missing child reports matching his description. The autopsy revealed bruises, surgical scars near his groin and ankle, and signs of long-term abuse. Police believed he'd died just a few days earlier, but in a city of millions, no one came forward to claim him. No one even admitted to knowing him. And so, the investigation began. The Philadelphia police launched one of the largest manhunts in city history. They printed over 400,000 flyers. They distributed the boy's facial reconstruction to every police department across the country. His fingerprints were taken and run through national databases, but no matches were ever found. The cardboard box? It originally held a J.C. Penney bassinet. Investigators tracked down every store, every warehouse, but no one remembered selling it. No records led to the boy's identity. One of the most haunting moments came when detectives dressed a mannequin to resemble the boy, hoping someone would recognize the image. Nothing. Tips came pouring in, but they led nowhere. Each promising lead ended in heartbreak and dead ends. The media began calling him America's unknown child, and over the years the name stuck. As the years dragged on, theories began to emerge, some strange, some plausible, all unconfirmed. One of the most disturbing came from a woman known only as M. She claimed her abusive mother had bought the boy, kept him locked in a basement, naked and starving. She said that after one night of uncontrollable rage, her mother beat the boy to death, and they dumped his body like trash. Investigators were intrigued. Her story even matched details the public didn't know, like what the boy had last eaten. But ultimately, there was no evidence, and her mental state was unstable. The case went cold again. Other theories surfaced: that he was the unwanted child of a wealthy family, that he'd escaped from an abusive foster home nearby, that he was part of a traveling carnival or child trafficking ring, but with no identity. Every theory was just that, a story without a face. Eventually, the boy was buried in a city cemetery. His gravestone read, "Heavenly Father, bless this unknown boy." Later, his body was exhumed for DNA, but even that led nowhere for decades. Then, over 65 years later, in late 2022, a miracle happened. A team of forensic genealogists used DNA extracted from the boy's remains and built out an entire family tree, tracking distant relatives, building connections, verifying records. It was tedious, meticulous, emotional, and finally, it worked. On December 8, 2022, the Philadelphia police made the announcement: the boy in the box had a name. Joseph Augustus Zarelli, born January 13, 1953. A little boy from West Philadelphia. He was just 4 years old when he died, He had living siblings. He had a family. And for the first time in 65 years, he was no longer a mystery. Joseph was reburied at Evie Hill Cemetery, where the community had cared for his plot for years. A new headstone was placed, Joseph Augustus Zarelli. He finally had a name, a piece of his identity restored. But what happened to him, who hurt him, who killed him, remains unknown. Police are still investigating. His birth parents are known, though not publicly named, and authorities believe someone out there knows the truth. A $20,000 reward has been offered for information that leads to the killer. And even after 65 years, it's not too late for justice. Joseph Augustus Zarelli, a name lost in time, now returned. But the truth, that's still missing. This is Trace of Fear, where we bring light to the shadows of forgotten crimes. If you know something, anything, don't stay silent. Subscribe for more stories they don't want you to remember. Because justice never expires.